All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Tina Waltersdorf. And tonight we are super excited to bring some great info and tips for you to elevate yourself and your business. First and foremost, I'm going to hand this over to my husband, Terry, and he is going to start us off with a great devotion tonight.
All right. Thank you. So I'm going to read a quick devotion that's out of this book called Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence. It's by Sarah Young. If you ever get a chance to get your hands on it, do. It's a daily devotional. They're actually all written kind of from God's perspective, talking to us. So they're kind of cool. So this one's from today. It says, "Trusting me is a moment-by-moment choice. My people have not always understood this truth. After I performed miracles in the wilderness, my chosen children trusted me intensely, but only temporarily. Soon the grumbling began again, testing my patience to the utmost. Isn't it often the same with you? You trust me when things go well, when you see me working on your behalf. This type of trust flows readily within you, requiring no exertion of your will. When things go wrong, your trust flow slows down and solidifies. You are forced to choose between trusting me intentionally or rebelling, resenting my ways with you. This choice constitutes a fork in the road. Stay on the path of life with me, enjoying my presence. Choose to trust me in all circumstances." And the Bible verse that it references here is Psalm 31:14. It says, "But I trust in you, O Lord. I say you are my God."
Very good.
Good one.
Thank you.
So true.
So important. So thank you for sharing that. So as we begin tonight, I want to know, those of you listening now or will be listening to the recording, I mean, isn't it so exciting that we have a new branding with our products?
Mm-hmm.
This is super exciting.
Yeah.
Terry's up there, just the cheerleader up there. Is like, can hardly
You've been dancing all day, haven't you, Terry?
Totally exciting. So just lots of great things coming. You are in the right place at the right time, and you are in the right place tonight to receive some training and to just elevate yourself. We are all learning. That's what this life is about. We're always learning. If we're learning, we're growing. Just like that motivational video that I sent in the chat today. If you haven't had a chance to listen to that, go listen to that. But as we train tonight, please jot down any questions you have, as we will open up for a Q&A for anyone who wants to stay after the call. So Jennifer, we are at your beck and call tonight. If you have any questions, anyone who's listening to the recording, put in the chat after you listen to this any questions that you have, so that we can be sure to answer those for you. It's always nice to answer them right away. So I'll be sharing on social media changes, along with how to post and how to get the algorithm working in your favor to get more friends seeing your stuff. Randy Getz is training tonight on how to have a strong why and why that's such key to getting into action. Let's do a little self-reflection real quick. How did we do last week? How did we do with praying over our business every single day? How did we do with becoming more aware of our thoughts? And this is like a muscle that when you first start working out, you know, your muscles are like, what are you doing? And then you kind of get into a rhythm in your workouts. Maybe this isn't the best analogy, but as you become aware, sometimes at first it just takes some practice. All of a sudden you'll realize one day where it's like, oh, there's that thing again. There's that thought I'm recognizing coming back. And then the more you practice it, it just will become habit. And the more it becomes habit, the more you'll be able to put yourself into action, even while you're having some of these maybe negative thoughts. Because action always puts those negative feelings kind of in void, because it's like you're telling your mind, you know what, that's not going to control me. It's not going to hold me down. So anyway, also, how did we do with listening to motivation every single day? I gave some resources last week. I put a couple videos in so far this week. So take advantage of those videos. And if that is the only thing you listen to, at least listen to that, because we need to be feeding our brains, right? Also, did you map out your goal? Did we say no to things and make room for our plexus so that we can work on our goals? If you're here on this call, You definitely did. We see Jennifer, she's habit stacking right now. So I got hands up to Jennifer Anders. She's habit stacking. She's making dinner and she's listening to this while she's doing it. We can do anything if we set our minds to it. We can. That's habit stacking. So out of a 1 to 5, how did we do? You know, think about that. This is not a judgment zone. It's not about beating ourselves up. This is about recognizing what we can improve on and just learning to keep that promise to ourselves, to what we say we're going to do, we're going to do it, right? All right, I'm going to pass this over to Randy. He's going to talk about our why.
Well, thank you. So finding your why, when it relates to this business, I've heard everybody talk about it and everybody asking since I've started with Plexus, and it's really crucial to know what you're trying to achieve, and how it relates to what you want to get. So like the best way to have your why connect with you personally, like for example, a purpose or a cause or a belief that resonates with you. Instead of, I mean, most people will say, my why is financial freedom or time freedom or doing missions. And those are all great, but some of those are, you know, bigger whys down the road. And in the beginning, you may need to, you know, break those down and make them a little bit smaller, bite-sized things that you can work on, you know, say like making some money to pay for groceries, or make a car payment, or maybe even a house payment. And having something that really resonates, you know, will help you stay motivated and help you get up in the morning and stay focused on your actions each day. Because, you know, like this business, you know, just like any other business, there's good days and bad days, and you need something that really connects with you to stay focused, that you don't give up, or you don't walk away, or you don't, you know, take a step back for a few weeks, because you really need to be consistent to hit your goals. Knowing your why will help push you through your difficult tasks and even setbacks at times. And actually, you know, your why can change over time. Like I said, it can be simple, smaller things in the beginning, and then evolve into bigger dreams and aspirations as your team grows, and as you become more well-rounded and more successful. And like Simon Sinek, he's kind of the latest guy who has kind of coined the question of finding your why. And his was, when he started out, his was to inspire people to do what inspires them, so that together we can change the world for the better. So his action plan is to help others find their why, so that collectively we can make the world a better place. So I would suggest maybe over the next week, you know, go to YouTube and just search finding your why. And there's so much information out there. There may be some stories out there that resonates with you more, that really will get your fire going on finding your why. So and it's something that you may not, you know, figure out in one day. It may take several days or even several weeks, and we can continue to talk about it over the next several weeks in our calls. And if you have any questions, we can shoot ideas around and just brainstorm.
Doesn't Heffley,
Jessica?
yeah, I think Jessica Heffley even has a YouTube, and really digging deep into your why, because I think that Simon Sinek started, it's like you ask yourself why 7 layers, like, you know, what's your why? You know, financial freedom. Well, why do you want financial freedom? You know, like us, well, I want to build my dream house. Well, why do you want to build your dream house? You know, we want more room for when our boys get married and have kids. Well, why do you want that? Because family is important. Well, what, you know, so it's not just that. You dig down and they're like, you have to go down 7 layers to really find, okay, you know, that is my why. So but I know they've got a couple of videos out there that are really good on really digging deep.
Can you maybe look for and share that video?
Yes, I can.
I really like that, going deeper and, you know, the 7 different layers. I'd love to hear more about that. And Randy, were you done sharing?
Yes. Yeah.
I want to interrupt you if you weren't. I like that a lot. And I mean, I've been doing this for 5 years, and it's time for me to reevaluate my why. And I'm really anxious to listen to this video if we can find it, and go a lot deeper and give a lot more detail. I think that'll be super powerful. All right. Can't wait to see that. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to move on to social media, talking about how to boost our algorithms and things like that. So first, I'm going to talk about our potentials and updating our potential list. So one thing that we can do, and I do this weekly, update my potential list. One thing that you can do right away is make a list of people you really want to share this with. And it doesn't mean that you're sharing with them tonight, tomorrow, or even the next day. It might be in the next month. It might even be 3 months from now, okay? But just making that list is so important. We want to keep the funnel. We want to keep people coming into the funnel. You might hear that term sometimes. If not, you're going to hear it a lot from us, bringing people into the funnel and through the funnel. And that can take anywhere from 3 days to maybe 90 days, or sometimes maybe longer, just depends on the person and the situation and some of the conversations that we have with people. But we always want to keep bringing people into the funnel. You never want that funnel to get just empty, meaning suddenly you're just sitting down and you're like, I don't even have anybody to talk to. And maybe you might feel that way now, which is why we're doing this. So we're going to look at just refreshing your list if you have a list already. If you don't have a list, then we're going to start today with getting a list. Think about your family. Who in your family could you put down on this list? Let's see, how about parents, people at your kids' sports, people at work that you work with, maybe people that your husband works with. Think about closest friends. Sometimes also closest friends can be the most difficult, just so you know. Neighbors, church groups, other groups that you're involved in, volunteer stuff. Maybe get out your high school yearbook, connect with some old friends. So this list should be forever evolving and always getting refreshed. Like I said, I update mine weekly. I need to do that like tomorrow. So anyway, here's some ideas on how to keep updating your list, because you might be thinking, well, how the heck do I keep updating it? You know? So pay attention. Randy said this today. So brilliant. Pay attention. And then it reminded me of a story. Pay attention to what people are saying around you. And when he said that today, when we were kind of collaborating about this call, I was like, oh my gosh, I have a story. And it's a story of when Grace was in gymnastics, and Terry and I were going to pick her up. We're sitting in the room where all the parents sit, watching our kids, right, from the little window and whatnot. So I overhear this gal talking to her friend and talking about her health, complaining about how she's feeling, super tired, really grouchy, like she's tried all these things. She was thinking about, she tried oil, she tried this, tried that, and nothing was getting her relief. And all of a sudden I just hear God, not here, but I feel God nudging me. Like, oh, that feeling in your heart, you're just like, no, God, I'm not going to go talk to her. I do not even know her at all. I don't know her at all. But you guys, I kept hearing what she was saying because she kept going on and on. I couldn't just ignore it. So I said to Terry, well, okay, fine. We're going to go sit. He's looking at me too. He's like, you should probably really go talk to her, giving me that look. And I'm like, great, now I have God and you nudging me. And I'm like, all right,
Pretty good sign.
like, let's go sit down by them. So we're like, sit down by them. Like, she's right here.
Mhm.
And I'm just like casually like, so. Yeah, I just started to talk to her and started talking about the girls being in gymnastics and stuff. And I did say, like, I happened to hear, that you were talking about XYZ, and just invited her to connect with me on Facebook. I handed her my phone and she typed in her name and we connected on Facebook, and I later shared some information with her. She is in this group. Her name is Leah. And she will tell you herself. I was hoping she'd be on this call to tell you herself, like, she doesn't know where she would be today without having had that moment, because Plexus has really changed her life around in so many ways. So pay attention to who's around you, pay attention to the conversations. And if God is nudging you, and by the way, when I was sitting there, my husband's like literally poking me with his finger in my leg. Like, come on. I mean, you can't just like let this woman suffer.
Mhm.
So anyways, pay attention, because you just never know. You just never know. If we get out of our own way and we don't make it about ourselves, I had to do that. I had to get out of my own way. And then I had to make it about her and how I could help her, because I knew I could help her. And I did. It's so awesome. So pay attention. Other ideas, when you meet new friends, maybe you're out shopping. One thing that I talked about today with Karen and Randy too is like, give them your phone. You're having a great conversation with them. You're clicking with them. Say, hey, I'd love to connect with you on Facebook. Can I send you a friend request? And she'll say, yeah. And say, well, here's my phone. Can you just type in your name? And then that just makes it easy. And then you just send her a friend request right there. And then you've connected. You've got yourself a new contact. Put them on your sheet. Like I said, it might not be the next day that you talk about it, but maybe it's in a couple of weeks where you have an opportunity to invite to an event or something like that. Another tip is watch who hearts, likes, or comments on any of your posts. After this, I want you guys to go through your Facebook and really look at who has done that. Write their names down if they're not in Plexus, right? Who's watching your stories? If you're doing stories, go and look at who's viewing it. You can see in the little box who's viewing your stories. And it's like, they know, I'm always like, they know what I'm doing. This person is continually watching me, and now they're going on my potential list. They're seeing what I'm doing clearly. So write those down. That really, really helps. Keep constantly updating your potential list, and that keeps that funnel, keeps people coming into your funnel. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Never prejudge people. Just write their names down. Don't sit there and go, oh my gosh, she's a nurse or a doctor or whatever. Look at Brooke Hemingway, triple diamond ambassador, nurse, her husband, an ER doctor, retired. He now has a modern medicine podcast. Thankfully, no one prejudged them, because someone could have said, he's an ER doctor, he's super busy. She's a nurse, she's super busy. She doesn't need this. Let God take care of it. This is why we're praying over our business. It's why we pray for ourselves, to have the courage to reach out to help change people's lives, right? So if you have no list, you have no direction. It's just like you're lost. It's like hiking with no compass in an area where you just don't know where you're going. It helps so much when you sit down to do your actual work, which I'm going to get to in just a little bit. So keep that funnel full. It's going to pay off. Let's talk about posting. Okay, I got to keep moving along here. Let's talk about posting. Social media is not the same as it was even 3 months ago. It is always evolving. It is always changing, and we need to keep up on it. It's always changing. A year ago, it was super normal to post once a day. And now it's suggested to post 2 or 3 times a day. But at a minimum, I want you guys to embrace posting once a day, okay? Once a day, you can do it. I want you to think about, how do I want to show up? How do I want to show up today? Think about what you want to attract. If all you do is complain on social media, you will attract other complainers. Those are the people you will attract. What is attractive is effort, thoughtfulness, appreciation, compassion, honesty, and respect. Have those qualities. No complaining. You'll attract the wrong people every single time. If you bring value daily, people will start looking forward to seeing your posts, and they will intentionally seek you out. I don't know if you guys have people that you really respect, admire, and they add a lot of value. I have people like that in my life, and I literally like, so I'm gonna look her up. What is she doing this week? I really love what she posts. I have several people like that. I want to be like that. I want people to seek me out. And it takes practice, and it takes patience, and it takes trial and error. It takes being willing to just try new things and see how it goes and not beat yourself up about it. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat, or let us know in the comments if you're watching the recording, if you ever feel this feeling. No one ever sees my posts. I post, no one ever sees it. We all feel that way sometimes. It's normal, right? It's normal. You're not alone if you feel that way. We all feel it from time to time. So here's some tips to help you work with that tricky algorithm so that more people can start seeing you. And this, again, it's trial and error, because like I said, social media is changing all the time. Okay. So this is how it is now. It might change in 2 months. But this part of the algorithm seems to have been pretty consistent for a while. So take your list out, okay? Pick 2 to 3 people on that list and go intentionally engage in their life on their page. This is relationship building, and we are a relationship building business. We want to build a relationship first, right? Another thing that can help the algorithm is when you go to their page and you're going to comment, instead of just saying, cute, awesome, great, wonderful, say something that is like 5 words. Oh my gosh, Susie, I love your blue dress. Where did you get it? Oh my gosh, Jill, your son's birthday was so cute. I bet that was a blast. If you can ask a question and get them to interact back and forth with you in the comments, boom. Facebook says, oh, this is actually a friendship. This is a real friendship. And then Facebook's going to allow them to see your posts and you to see more of theirs. Because if you ever notice, are you seeing the people that you would like to see? Or do you just see all Plexus posts? We're Plexus friends. So by doing this exercise, you're going to start seeing the people, say, that you went to high school with. We have to be intentional about it though. Do this with your list weekly. Pick a day to be intentional. Maybe it's Sundays. This will add more views and build relationship, so that one day you can invite them to an event or invite them to take a look at a video. Invite them to hear what you're doing, right? So before you post each day, you can also warm up the algorithm by taking 1 minute, even 1 minute, you guys, to go comment on other people's posts, non-Plexus. It's going to warm up the algorithm, then do your post. It does something so that more people see it, called warming up the algorithm. So make that a habit before you post. And this takes habit too, because even I still will catch myself like sometimes like, oh, I posted, shoot, I didn't go warm up the algorithm yet. And then I'll do it backwards. Now I'm going to go comment and hopefully this warms up the algorithm. But it does work better if you do it
Do
in
that, by
order.
the way.
Like, go warm it up first, then post, okay? Also, happy birthday messages are a great way to connect, a great way to build relationship, but do this in a private message. Send them a cute birthday emoji, a cute birthday GIF, whatever, GIF, however you say it, in a private message. You could even say to them, are you doing something special today to treat yourself? Then you're going to have a conversation going back and forth. Facebook then is going to recognize that as, oh, they must be friends. They're actually talking. They'll start seeing your stuff. They'll start seeing your page. You'll start seeing their page. So be intentional about happy birthday messages every day. It's super easy. It takes like 30 seconds. No, okay, maybe a minute. All right, put a 2 in the chat if you have ever said something like, I'm just frustrated on what to post. I don't know what to post about. I'm lost about posting. Or if you're listening to the recording, comment, let us know. Yeah, one time or another, we all feel this. But again, it takes practice, it takes trial and error, it takes learning, being willing to learn. Just like the motivational video today, you've got to be willing to learn new things and dig in and learn more about certain topics. So if you post nothing, we get nothing, right? People might actually think that we quit. And I will move this along. I'm so sorry. I'm almost done. I'm looking at the clock.
You're doing great.
If you stop posting, it might take a bit to build trust again. So be patient. Be patient. Your audience that thinks you maybe quit and now you're back, it just might take a little bit for them to realize, oh, she really is back. And she's back for good this time, right? So if you post about everything under the sun, it's like trying to talk to everyone. But in talking to everyone, we're talking to no one. Okay, so I'm going to talk about narrowing down what we post about, because we don't want to be talking or trying to talk to everyone. Okay. And we want to attract the right people into our network, right? So tips to help you on know what to post about. Think of 3 things that you're passionate about. For me, my family, God, health, and I'm really on this kick of breaking the chains to live in abundance. I can think of a lot of things that I want to write about in that topic, and I'm super, super passionate about it. So what are the 3 things that you're most passionate about? Write them down and try to post about these 3 things different ways, right? For like the next 90 days and see what happens. Everything new deserves time. So be patient, have fun with it, be willing to try new things. That's all key. So if you want to take this to another level when you post, think about this. Don't make yourself the main character of what you're writing about. Make the person you're talking to the main character. This is huge for me. Who are you speaking to?
So true.
Right? More than likely someone a lot like you, right? So for me, it's like someone around my same age, a lot of the same interests and drive, same stage of life, college kids, right? It's going to be different for someone who's in their 20s. They're going to want to connect with that age group. Maybe someone in their 20s that's married and has toddlers, or, you know, they're going to connect. They're going to attract those similar people too. So what are the main things you want this person to walk away knowing after you're thinking about who you're wanting to serve, what you want them to know? Okay, and some of these things can relate back to plexus. It might be stuff that you write about that might be stuff like living with less anxiety. Write about it. If that's your life, write about it, because someone needs to hear about it. How a better night's sleep helps you function through your day. Maybe you talk about how you never could get through the day as a school teacher because you had no energy. How nightly paper grading and keeping up with family was a struggle, and what has helped you now, and how it feels to be on top of your game with plenty of energy to go around. I think of Christy Hansen. She was on our call last week. I think of Christy Hansen. I think of Jennifer too. She's a teacher as well. So, I mean, so with that suggestion, you're going to be speaking to other teachers who are also struggling. You're showing them how they can change this, and you're actually getting them excited that maybe there's hope out there for me. Because you've shared that. You're opening up your experience, but they're seeing it as their own life too, because so many people can relate to that. Maybe you're speaking to someone who needs this opportunity or living debt-free. If you're younger, tips for preschoolers. Maybe you're decluttering your home. Talk about it. You guys, there's times when I'm watching somebody and they're decluttering a closet or something on Instagram, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna totally go declutter my closet now. She just inspired me. I have a video I saved of a lady who literally has this amazing refrigerator like makeover with the baskets and the fruit. Look, like you open the fridge and you're like hungry to eat vegetables and fruit. And I showed it to my daughter, Amanda, and I said, Amanda, we are aspiring to make our fridge look like this. I just need to get the containers and we're gonna do it. So she was really excited too. So yeah, you never know. Give value. Use those 3 things you're interested in. Give value of your own life experiences, right? And some relate back to plexus, and the rest is about your other other passions in life. You know, but narrow it down. Don't have all your passions of life. Just bring it in a little bit. Maybe you like quotes, and instead of posting the graphic of the quote, also write why you love this quote and make it personable and relatable. Tell why you like it. Don't just post the quote. Why do you like it? Why did it resonate with you? Speak about that. Someone else is going to click with you. And speaking of graphics, please stay away from cheesy plexus graphics unless it's the branding stuff. Okay. But you know what I'm talking about. There's some cheesy plexus graphics out there that you could probably pull off of Pinterest or something. It looks salesy and ad-like. Stay away from that. Be authentic. Be you. Instead, show things in your hand, show your face, be relatable. Obviously, we want to occasionally have those sports posts showing off our kids' birthdays, Christmases, and all that. That's totally normal, right? Just try not to have everything about you. People love content with value. Even sharing other people's stories is so great. People connect with stories. I'm wrapping this up. It's really almost done. All right, I want to talk about my post today. I did this post and I'm talking to the woman out there looking for a company to partner with. This is who I wanted to talk to. I'm speaking about why she would want to choose Plexus and how rewarding it is to help others suffering in silence. This is narrowing down who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to everybody because this is not for everybody, but this is for someone, and I want to speak to her. I told Terry earlier, even if it's 1 in 1,000, I want to talk to her. My post said this, it's super short. My post said, 5 years ago, I made a decision to put my name behind a product line. I fell head over heels in love with the clean ingredients, high quality, science, research, and their strong mission statement. So right there, I'm telling the woman that I'm looking for that I put my name on this product. I'm speaking to her, the woman who is possibly looking for something to call her own, that she could partner with. I'm talking about the company and the high quality, right? I said, this decision has allowed me to help others who are suffering mentally, physically, and financially. Today, our beautiful new branding was announced, and I couldn't be more proud of it to be an ambassador for this amazing company. So that was my post. And I knew exactly who I was speaking to. I wasn't trying to speak to everybody because it's not for everybody. Okay. So that kind of wraps up that. What I want to say is a little action plan. All right, a little action plan. We'll put this in the chat. Right after the
video in the chat too already.
Yeah.
Then Simon already did. It's in the chat.
Okay.
Simon
Awesome.
Sinek.
Okay, so action plan, keep working on things from last week's call, write out your why, share with us if you want, update your potential list, intentionally go comment, daily post with purpose to serve, love, be a giver, and it will come back to you, I promise. If you have 20 minutes in a day I want you to grab your planner. I want you to highlight an area in your planner and put down where you're going to spend 20 minutes every day on your goals that you set up, that you said you want, right? The opportunity is now. We don't want to start next month. We don't want to start the last week of the month. The opportunity is now. So pick 20 minutes every day to be intentional. You're going to warm up the algorithm. We can do that. That's easy. Go comment intentionally on someone's pages. Do birthday wishes super quick. It literally will take you 60 seconds. Then post. And a huge time saver, you guys. This weekend, some of you guys, might be a little dressed up, or you don't even have to be dressed up. You can be in your yoga pants like I am every single day. Take pictures. Take a bunch of pictures and save them to your camera. And you can even use pictures from past. I mean, there's a lot of times when I do a post, I just go through my photos and I'm like, what picture will go with this post? And I just pick one. So just let's make it easy. It can be so easy, but we sometimes make it hard because of those little things like, I don't have a picture, right? I don't know what to say. Now you know what to say. Pick your 3 passions. What are you passionate about today? Talk about it. Go through your phone, find a photo that works. It can be from a year ago, it doesn't matter. Take new pictures this week. Change tops, change outfits, take new pictures, okay? And then, yeah, posting. Another thing you can do is send out 5 invites to an event we have this week, okay? And speaking of events, I'm just gonna go through that quick so that people know every week we have something that you can plug people into. Every Monday, we have Stories of Hope. That is where we can have people hop on and hear the most amazing health and business testimonies that will literally blow your mind. Many, many times, Karen and I are like in tears. We co-host these together and they are amazing, amazing. If you're not getting your people on them, oh, you're doing a disservice to your friends, honestly. You can have them in the wellness lounge. We stream it live into there. Tag them in the post when you know one's coming up every Monday night. What time do we do? 6:30.
Yes, 6:30 your time.
We do 15-minute messenger events. We will do private 15-minute messenger events for any of you. Every Thursday, we have the Pink Zone. Again, another opportunity to listen to stories. We have events 2 times a month in the Wellness Lounge. Next one coming up is our happy hour. Karen, tell them about our happy hour coming up.
So next Friday at, what do we say, 11:30 Mountain, 12:30 Central, somewhere around there?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there, midday.
Yep.
We are going to do a happy half hour. Happy hour. It may be half hour, maybe an hour. Anyway, we are going to show mixing of all of our drink mixes from Slims, Active, Hydrate, Collagen, Lean, different ways you can mix things together, different, things you can do with the products. So we are, if people don't have the Slim or any of the drinks on hand, we're offering to send samples. And getting them in the lounge so that they can participate and, taste test and all of that. But that'll be next Friday, the 22nd. Is that right? 22nd?
Yes.
22nd. Right around midday.
22nd. Yep.
22nd. Yep. So it'd be a great way to invite people to sample the birthday wishes. You could even add it. Hey, for your birthday, I would love to send you a sample. And you can hop on. We're going to do a happy hour. I always said happy half hour. We used to do. I've done a happy half hour before. You can hop on and taste test it with the rest of us. And here's some, neat variety of ways you can drink our stuff. So it'll be fun.
All right.
And we'll do some giveaways.
Yeah. And in fact, tonight we have a giveaway that we're doing. And guess who the winner is? Drum roll, please. The winner is Jennifer.
That was a hard one.
We didn't get to spin our wheel.
I know.
Yeah.
The wheel. We
Habit stacking paid off tonight for Jennifer.
It sure
So
did.
I'll stop the recording right now and then we'll open it for any questions if you have any, Jennifer. So anyone listening to this? Oh, anything else? We good?
Oh, no, she had asked about, I think I'm checking. The happy half hour is either 11 Mountain or 11:30 Mountain. I can't remember.
11:30.
11:30 Mountain because it's 12:30 my time. Yes. Okay. 11:30 next Friday, the 22nd.
Yep. And I'll stop the recording and we'll
Okay.
answer some